Let's go with this. And then watch us die to not being able to sneak through starting place. Once again, I think if we die, it's not gonna be fights. It might happen, but I think it's more likely something random. Failing to sneak or something. Death to Storm, we actually had that in one of the first TCS practice runs.
How you feel? I know not.
I'm just sometimes distracted too easily, so I need to be careful that I don't get distracted. Also. Wait, what? It's not on and it still did its thing. Well, that was a shitty start.
You should prepare for battle.
You don't drink almost not at all, but today I got me drinks. I mean, it's not gonna be very exciting today, Raddy. It's just me trying to avoid fights as much as I can. Yeah, I'm actually gonna go with Blood Mage Skane. Because I'm not sure about the whole tactician thing. So we're not gonna go with that. This can be pressed quite quickly. These buttons still work. I'm not really gonna use these at the moment. I guess we can do this. I just have to be careful when I'm actually fighting to look over everything again. Alright, this is this, boys. Yeah, I was explaining it a little bit earlier, but Julius, first of all, I don't really want to use something that's quite obviously a bug. Not because I really care about the run being accepted or anything, but I have put a lot of hours into it, so it would make me a little bit annoyed if it didn't get accepted. But also, one thing that has been bugging me with the Tactician Brilliant is that you can't really combine it. Shut up, Benwis. I'm trying to talk here. So, one of my main gripes with the Tactician Brilliant is if you're out of sight of the enemies and you get the Tactician Brilliant, if you would try to trigger Brilliant from the cloak on yourself, so it stays on in combat, you would get it, but instead of getting the actual Brilliant buff, it would just say Brilliant without having any effect. And once you go into combat, you would lose your Brilliant Tactician, and the Brilliant you would get from the cloak would actually not work. It wouldn't actually give you resources back. And while I was mostly fine not triggering Brilliant out of combat, I think it's a really good thing to do. And yeah, pirates. Since this is what's it called? Expert mode. I don't know most of these. Like, I know that this is Stoic, and I also know I need Stoic for the Barras Priest, but I just realized we're Skane now, so I think I need like Cruel and Rational. So we could just go with 2 because, hey, that's fitting to our character who's role-playing Grog.
In the blood and flesh. That I am. And you're a drowned man. Now then, Me and my mates will be helping ourselves to your ship. There's no need to see her sunk by the storms. Or my culverins. Listen up, mates. I'm off to spear me a bigger fish. One with sharper teeth like. I'm trusting you lot not to cock this up. Don't damage the sloop when you take it. Play with the crew if you like, but don't bring me any prisoners. None that are alive.
Okay, I don't even remember if I activated my modals. This could be bad. Let's see.
You had bandwidth. After it.
Alright, modals are active. The damage numbers are question marks. That is kind of bad. Oh, also, you can't see what the others are doing because of expert mode. That is also really annoying. So if someone is casting Arcane Dampener, I have to tell by the way it looks when they cast or something. I'm not used to expert mode at all, and all these question mark numbers don't really help it either. At least we should see when we take damage. If we don't see that, we're in trouble. At least a little bit in trouble. Yeah, we're quite in trouble. If this doesn't show... I mean, it doesn't show how much HP we have, but it should still show the red. I'm quite certain. Yeah, everything that's numbers is question marks, but stuff that's not numbers shouldn't be question marks. Like, this bar is not a number, it's a visual thing. Oh, also I can just see if it says like unharmed or hurt. So I should see that for myself as well. No damage run, boys. Let's go. Pretty sure I haven't actually gotten hit by anyone because I would have at least seen the healing go off from the Blood Mage. Go, boys, go! I'm gonna trust you with this. Oh, okay. That's awkward. I'm not gonna waste any spells here, obviously. I mean, I could... Oh, I've taken damage now. I guess he shot at me or something? I was actually gonna... So now we know this shows up, so that's good to know. I was actually gonna use this, but maybe that's a bad idea when he's actually shooting at me. Let's do like... Oh no, too late.
Storm's picking up! Take cover!
Yeah, so far, so good. This time I'm gonna save the crate. I never do that, but shit your pants is a bad sailor anyway. And while I'm not really gonna use the gloves for too long, I'm just gonna sell them, I guess. Also now, for the first time ever, we see the ultimate quest. I haven't really seen that in game yet. So maybe it will be possible to see...
Hence that little visit. My look.
Maybe it will be possible to see what the actual bosses are. I mean, dialogue choices aren't question marks, Megania. But because of expert mode, it still doesn't show what you're actually... Like, if you're doing a disposition or something, it still doesn't show you that. And stuff that has a requirement that you don't meet doesn't show up at all. Well, if I was playing on normal non-expert mode, I would also see like, hey, I need this and this to do that and that. Okay, so I guess this is console hard. This is my main problem, that these aren't saying the actual names of these guys. But yeah, I imagine this is console hard. I mean, this is quite obvious. At least take his head. It's quite obvious that this is console hard. And I guess Drowned Barrows is Nemnog. And I guess this is a dragon below the water shade bears. Ashen Maw, I guess this is a fire dragon. Yeah, Den of the Raccoon. I am gonna start a parallel game with saves. I haven't started it yet because I don't plan on fighting. But I am gonna do one to practice like either fights or risky stealth stuff. So whenever I get to a point where I'm like, hey, I could die here, I'm gonna open a parallel game where I did exactly the same thing off stream so I can just practice a safe way to do something. But I'm also gonna practice off stream so I don't have to do it too often. Guardian Beyond the Mortar. I do not know what this is. So we might have to look that up. This might be the Ukaizo Guardian, because at least it's called Guardian. But I'm not sure. Would be easiest to monetize one game on each. I mean, that doesn't make... No, that doesn't even work, Megania. I can't open 2 axes of the same game. I have to load it anyway. So that doesn't work with 2 monitors. You have to close this game, or you have to load the other game anyway. You can't have like 2 axes of this game running at the same time. Also, I'm pretty sure my PC would explode if that worked, which I'm pretty sure it doesn't. So I guess this is a cave grub. This is a Spooder. This... I have no idea. But yeah, whenever there's a boss I don't know what it is, I have to look it up, obviously. And, well, Sigil Master, Sigil Master. This is Torudugan. This is Beast of Winter. This is... Oh, no, never mind. Beast of Winter. Wait, what is this? Oh, this is SSS. Right, this is SSS. This is the first Beast of Winter. I don't know why both are in here. But yeah, this is the first Beast of Winter, and this is the second Beast of Winter, I would imagine. Oh, I guess this is not the dragon. Like, this is the dragon, but this is our ox. The virtual machine. Yeah, I guess that would work, but I don't think my PC could do that. Memory Hoarder is... That's something in this quest as well, I think. In the Oracle quest. Pretty sure. But yeah, when we get to a point where we don't know what something is, we'll just look it up. Obviously. Also, let's turn stupid cam back on. I have part of the initial route figured out. Here's the deal, I want to go to Crooksburg as well. And I haven't done it on practice streams yet. But I'm not really too worried about that. You got only question mark hours left. That is pretty scary.
Spy, Margaret, here. My flame burns yet.
Oh, also we need to... Whenever we don't fight, we need this shit. Oops. Come on! Oh! We got a Thieves Putty. I think this is when you let shit you pack drown. And these give you crit damage, huh? I'm pretty sure I'm never actually gonna use these and just gonna sell them straight away.
Is that you? Aye. There's fine, good.
Oh, also let's actually check what our reputations are. So we don't want to go aggressive and benevolent. Benevolent is kind of annoying because it's not always easy to tell. And we want to be cruel, but we don't want to be cruel before Tikavara. But these don't really matter too much. They're for summoned weapons and for this. And since we're going to use the wizard summoned weapons, yeah. Not too big of a deal.
I have an intelligence of 6.
On solid ground, aye, but the world spins. I need a drink.
What happened to Tactician Priest? There's 2 reasons why I'm not actually going with it. I mean, you could technically see there's 3 reasons, because also I've learned stuff about Vela that I didn't know before, and I don't think some of the things that I thought would be necessary, I don't think they're necessary anymore. But also the 2 other reasons is, so first of all, using the Tactician Brilliant is quite obviously a bug. There was an actual fix for it that didn't work. Like, if you look back in one of the patches, yeah, there was a bug fix. Tactician doesn't get Brilliant when there's no enemies, but it doesn't work. So I don't want to rely on a bug. But also, the other reason why I ended up doing this, that alone wouldn't have stopped me. But there was one more thing, and what I didn't like is if you get the Brilliant Cloak from Consort's place, you can't really proc it out of combat with Brilliant Tactician on, because while you have one Brilliant buff active, if you get a Brilliant buff from a different source, the first one will give you your resources back, but the second one won't. And if you go into combat and you lose the Brilliant Tactician, the mind over matter from the cloak will actually be useless.
Please, everyone stay calm. Click. What about if...
It's one of the pot.
Quiet.
And we made a first mistake. I didn't remember that we need Shady, and there was a Shady option there. But yeah, once again, priest stuff doesn't really matter that much to us.
Any of us could be next.
Oh? I cannot imagine who might wish to harm you, Master.
So, one thing I want to see right now is... Oh, these are not hidden. I was going to say, if I mouse over these, will I still see... Oh, the bonuses are hidden, but the actual numbers aren't hidden. That is kind of stupid. But okay, that's interesting. XP's hidden. But you will always see what your actual skill number is, so that's pretty cool. Alright. So right now, because of Hylias, we actually have 3 Sleight of Hand, so I haven't really done too much stuff with Sleight of Hand yet. So it might sometimes take a little bit long to do certain things. Bear with me, guys. But what's really cool about Sleight of Hand is that you can't really, even though there's no pausing, you can't actually get caught while stealing from people. I mean, you can, like, get spotted and you don't get to pickpocket them in the first place. But once you've started the pickpocket, you can wait forever and people won't turn hostile. And there's some pretty dope things you can get. There's not that much here in the village, but I'm still gonna go with it. So yeah, as you can see, if you can pickpocket, nothing really happens. Like, yeah, okay, big deal. You can pickpocket, but no one's gonna kill you for it. So for the early parts of the run, that's pretty good, of course. And as I said, I found out you can pickpocket the Barato helmet, which is really good. And you can pickpocket